believe it used to be 2 of those was what determined the medalist. So a double feater, they would call it then, where you'd shoot 4 different distances and you add your score cumulatively, and the person with the biggest score wins.
In the first Olympic Games in 1972, they used to shoot 288 arrows.
Yes, 140.
A double.
Yes, a double feater. It was called then. We'd call it a 1440, double 1440 these days.
They have a 4 days long competitions, 2 distances per day.
Yes, 2 distances per day is 4 days long competition. Yeah. And whoever ends up with 2,600 points is the winner. Because with the style of bows and the technology, if you could score 1,300, then you were a very good archer. But now technology has moved on so much. I think it's quite incredible, some of the scores that people are getting.
In the first Paralympic Games, 1960 in Rome, there already has the para archery, and the format, you believe it was the same or not?
Yes,
288.
I think 288, but if it wasn't 288, it would have been 144. But I would have to look that up. So, but it was a full distance. My first World Championships in 2001 was a full feater over 2 days. So and that was for the qualification round. So instead of a 7 and then a head-to-head, but instead of the 70-meter round that we have now, it was 4 distances. Yes.
Estamos conversando aqui, eu e Pipa, que as competições olímpicas, em sua primeira edição, 1972, os arqueiros, ao invés de disparar somente a 70 metros, eles disparavam 288 flechas em 4 distâncias diferentes. E mesmo nos Jogos Paralímpicos, que começaram a ser, tiveram sua primeira edição no ano de 1960, também se disparavam 288 flechas para definir quem era o campeão olímpico ou paralímpico. Já na época em que Pipa começou atirando no ano 2001, as disputas eram resolvidas com um round de 144 flechas e depois sim os combates que nós vemos aqui.
Now, some people would have predicted that this would have been the gold medal match here between Czech Republic and Britain. Britain had a bye in the earlier round, so they've come straight in at this round, and now they're shooting against the Czech team. And we know already how strong they are. And I think many people would have predicted that this would have been the gold medal match.
Nós temos aqui então uma disputa que muito bem poderia estar acontecendo já na disputa pelo ouro. A equipe da Grã-Bretanha e a equipe da República Tcheca. Mas temos então a primeira disputa de semifinais entre essas duas equipes. Então vamos saber daqui a pouco qual das duas é que vai seguir para a disputa de ouro e qual é que vai para a disputa pelo bronze.
Joe Frith, of course, has already been on the podium once today, picking up a silver medal in the W1 women category.
Nós temos então Joe Frith e John Walker da Grã-Bretanha de um lado.
And John, of course, won gold yesterday. Yesterday for the W1 men, yes.
Temos então a equipe de medalhistas da Grã-Bretanha. John Walker, que ontem à noite foi medalhista de ouro, e também Joe Frith, essa manhã, que recebeu sua medalha de prata.
That's a real shame. She started off with 2 4s there. Both of them have gone to the left-hand side of the target. And I think they really wanted a good start against this very strong British pair. Wow. So, David answered me with a 10.
(26 pontos, República Tcheca. Grã-Bretanha já com 25 pontos, uma flecha a menos. mais 9 pontos de John Walker. 34-26 extraoficialmente.
That's an 8-point lead after the first end. I think that's going to be a real challenge for Czech.
E o arqueiro David Drahonicki disparando aqui com a sua parceira Chaka Musilova. Eles têm 26 pontos. The happiest man in the world.
Yes.
David Drahonicki.
Well, David will be going home with a fiancée.
Yes, a lucky man.
And at least one medal. It was so sweet, I think, when we saw that on the field at the end of the day yesterday.
Ontem à noite nós tivemos, logo após a cerimônia de entrega das medalhas, David Drahonicki, da República Tcheca, que ficou com a medalha de prata, propôs também casamento à sua noiva, bem aqui no meio desse campo, num discurso muito emocionante. Uma coisa muito bonita ontem à noite.
Czech Republic will get to shoot first because they have the lower score. She's managed to move that arrow across the target anyway from the left-hand side.
Agora David Drahonicki se preparando para o seu tiro. A nice form.
Yeah, yes. Very solid archer, really experienced. And very reliable. You know, when you see him shoot, you know he's going to shoot well.
David Drahonicki já tem 2 medalhas de prata em Jogos Paralímpicos. Ele teve a sua primeira em Londres. And that's the first 10 in this match.
I've lost count of the number of times I've seen David on the podium.
That's incredible the way John Walker shoots with this kind of release mounted in his shoulder.
Yes, he has his one
little cord.
Yes, his one arm doesn't work properly, and so he has his release aid is attached to a harness, and then he's tried various things. One of the things he tried was to have a cord he pulled with his hand. So he's tried all sorts of ways to actually trigger the release aid.
John Walker que usa o gatilho montado em um tipo de colete no seu ombro direito. Ele faz os disparos acionando o gatilho através de uma cordinha que passa desde o gatilho até, passando pelo colete, até a sua mão direita que repousa sobre o seu colo ali, sua cadeira. É com a mão que ele faz o acionamento dessa cordinha. Another 10.
Yes, that's great shooting from
Joe Frith.
Yeah, great shooting from Joe. You see here?
Very ingenious.
Yes. So John has a cord that runs from his release aid down to his other hand, and he just pulls downwards. He's tried very many mountings for the release aid because, of course, it's very easy for something like that to move. So it has to be strapped on securely. If that moves every time, your shot would be different.
All right.
There's 12 points difference in the score, and I think that we're looking here at the winners already in Great Britain. But who knows? We still have 2 more ends to shoot, so we'll see. But I think 12 points is an awful lot to come back, even with David shooting.
Já temos 12 pontos de vantagem da equipe da Grã-Bretanha, vencendo de 72 a 60. Podemos Dizer que é uma dura tarefa para a equipe da República Tcheca. Muito provavelmente podemos contar com Grã-Bretanha já em mais uma disputa pela medalha de ouro. Mas isso é só a metade da competição até o momento. Vamos torcer para que as duas equipes continuem atirando bem mais e mais.
Wow.
Lindo tiro.
Great arrow.
De
Almost.
Charka Musilova, marcando o centro do alvo. Dead center.
Yeah, almost took out the spider, as we call it. And that's something for David to aim at.
Temos algo ali para o David mirar a flecha da sua colega. Agora Joe Frith. 9 points, very consistent.
Yes, very consistent. She is shooting well this afternoon.
Now it's 9 points, the difference between the teams.
So Czech have made up 3. Oh, nice shot.
Good damn, good recover from the Czech Republic.
Very good. They've scored 37 out of a maximum 40.
37 pontos de 40 possíveis nesta série a equipe da República Tcheca.
Joe has definitely been very consistent out there today.
E Joe Frith, arqueira da Grã-Bretanha, que já tem 3 flechas de 10 pontos, mais 2 flechas de 9 pontos, atirando muito bem. Still have 9 points.
Yes. But it was 12 points.
Yes.
But I think they need another 3 ends to make up the difference if they're going to do it at that rate.
And you are listening to the Target Radio 2016. Don't forget to leave your comments using the hashtag Target Radio 2016. If you have any questions for us, we'll be very glad to answer. Along with me is Pippa Britton for the Great Britain.
And this is semi-final. And our other semi-final coming up next is going to be Korea, USA.
Yes.
So can Czech Republic catch up? What do you think?
República Tcheca inicia disparando, uma vez que estão atrás no placar. 106-97. E belo tiro. 9, possível 10 pontos.
I wouldn't like to call that one. That's really close to the line.
He used his mouth to put the arrow over the arrow rest.
Wow. That'll be because it's just too much effort to come down and come back up again.
Yes. Nós vimos aqui pelo monitor o arqueiro Drahonski, que logo após ter puxado a corda do arco, ele acabou com a flecha que estava mal posicionada sobre o apoio, usando a própria boca para posicionar a flecha corretamente. And now a good 10 points for Great Britain.
Joe, very consistent. I think she's even shooting better than she did this morning.
9 points. Joan Walker. 10 points lead for the Great Britain.
And 2 arrows to shoot. Oh, what a shame. And that's such a shame. The last arrow of the competition, she's going to feel really, really bad about that one. But they'll go forward into the bronze medal match. So they still have a chance of a medal.
128 pontos, República Tcheca. 125 a Grã-Bretanha, com 2 flechas ainda a serem disparadas. Let's see, Joe Frith, very consistent. Another gold. They are already qualified for the gold medal.
Yes. I think maybe Joe, apart from her very first arrow of the match, she has not been outside of the gold, which is really impressive shooting.
And a good 10, a good group,
yes.
and a good match for coming.
Very good match. I feel sorry for Czech Republic, but of course I'm very happy for Great Britain archers.
I bet so.
It's always nice to see the archers, isn't it, congratulate each other.
E temos aqui uma pergunta da Débora Andrade. O que acontece se receber 2 amarelos na mesma rodada? É isso ou as